Welcome and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Daima and O'Hara, to arguably the most iconic game in the Dripping Pans history, as Lewes are about to host their first ever European game under the lights as they face Norwegian fourth-tier outfit FC Oslo, more natively known as Gimle Oslo. Only a minority of British clubs can say they've played European football on a competitive level. Well, now you can add Lewes Football Club to that list. The Fenix Trophy is what both of these sides will be fighting for, a tournament made for non-league clubs in Europe that is in the embryonic stage, having come to fruition in 2021. The name acting as an acronym for Friendly, European, Non-Professional, Innovative and Xennial. Xennial, of course, coming from the Greek word xenos, which examines an attitude of togetherness and a mutual respect for cultural differences. I suppose the next 90 minutes will see if the togetherness really is there between both sides, or whether tensions may arise in what is surely going to be an epic this evening. Of course, FC Oslo only came into life in 2017 after being made by four friends. Sounds ideal, doesn't it? By Kalefa Saar, Adam Larsson, Korasi, football agent David Driscoll and agency owner Andreas Holzweiler. After they had been talking about a football project for a long time, then the opportunity presented itself in the summer of 2017. They then came together, clubbed their money together, and have now formed a side that are in their 8th season of professional, semi-professional football, I should say. The Bangers off and running after the aftermath of Lewes Bonfire. Talking of cultural aspects to both clubs, we of course saw Lewes Bonfire in the previous weekend, which was a big part of Lewes's culture in the town of East Sussex, as both sides are making way onto the field any minute from now. FC Oslo, of course, have already played in the Fenix Trophy, having beaten the other side, KSK Beveren. Just to give you some context, of course, the Fenix Trophy came to life in 2021. It originally started off as 2 groups of 4, a total of 8 teams participating in the first season in 21-22. Then last season in 2022-23, they added another team and changed the format to 3 groups of 3, and that's the format that still remains today. Of course, Lewes have in their group today's opponents, FC Oslo, and Belgian side KSKA Beveren. And Lewes will, of course, be going all the way to Beveren in Belgium in just over a month's time, specifically Tuesday, the 12th of December, which is very exciting. They're not the only side in Sussex playing European football this season. And like I said, not many sides can say they've played in Europe, but now Lewes can, as they come out in an all-red strip with their Norwegian opposition in a neon green shirt, black shorts and black socks. The Bangers still in full throttle to the left of me, with a packed stand almost to my right behind that goal. Lewes, of course, just coming off the back of a 2-0 loss against Margate in the league. FC Oslo, in fact, won their division, as Norwegian football is slightly different to the way it's played in the rest of Europe. Their season started in March and ended just in October. And how that works over there in the 4th tier, they're still in a regional division, or just have been. They won their league, meaning they'll be playing the top spot of another regional league in Oslo, the team specifically called Ready, and they will battle it out not for promotion but for the trophy instead. So they will be playing in a National League format next season, but these are the sides to face each other this evening. So for the home side, in goal, keeping his spot, of course, it's an ever-present number 1, Nathan Harvey. It looks like it's going to be fullbacks of number 12, Eo Olakoga, and Harvey Hughes, another ever-present on the left. In between fullbacks is number 2, Jake Elliott, who's been superb in that centre-back role, alongside the captain and veteran Will Salmon. Just in front of the defence, you've got makeshift central defensive midfielder and centre-back number 6, Arthur Penny, with number 11, Chris Welkdale, and number 8, Kieran Murtagh, either side of the young lad. The front three for Lewes: on the right, Dion Moore; on the left, number 19, Calvin Lumbombo Kalala, and Tommy Wood leads the line for the Rooks this evening. Substitutes to the Rooks quickly: number 4, Archie Tamplin; number 13, Michael Wikram Singh; number 7, Alfie Egan; number 10, Ola Ogunmamide, who hasn't really been seen much after his move to Lewes back in the end of last month; number 16, Archie Pagny; number 17, Deshane Dalling; and a man who really will relish this evening's action, number 18, Bradley Pritchard. For the away side, in goal, number 33, Robin Vixhold. Either side of the defence at right back, number 30, Falk Fjellstad; number 4 on the left, Sondre Mulsata. In between full-backs is number 14, Ivar Furu, and number 5, Batu Sao. The midfield three for the away side from Oslo: number 8, sitting at the heart of midfield, is Remy Tell. Either side of Remy Tell is number 10, Daniel Tavakoli, and number 15, Frederick Graham Handsome. The front three, as they occupy a similar formation under that of Tony Russell and Lewes. The front three, of course: number 9 on the right, Imad Ohudu; number 7, Aledin Mach; and up front, number 6, Jorge Matos. Substitutes for FC Oslo: Hassan Al-Aboudi; left back, number 2, Ron Reyes; number 34, right back, Michael Felus; number 18, Thomas Malay; number 17, central midfielder, Raymond Yakubu; and attackers in number 13, Isak Brodal; number 11, Icham Okolo; number 17, Glenn Roberts; number 70, Frederick Vio; and their striker, Havana Jana. So both sides ready for kickoff. It will be FC Oslo getting us underway. 7:45 kickoff. An iconic fixture, the first European fixture for Lewes Football Club. And it's FC Oslo getting us underway as the pan just sparks into life on this cold Tuesday evening in November. And it's FC Oslo already enjoying the possession just 10 seconds in as Harvey Hughes headers it away, but it's picked up by their number 6, Jorge Matos, who is wearing a kit number typically associated with a defensive player, but he will be leading the line for FC Oslo. Oslo managed by Adam Larsen Kurasi, who's had 223 games in Norway's top division, playing for Strømsgodset. In the meantime, Oslo just getting the ball forward quickly, almost teasing Nathan Harvey, but it just went out of play, so it will be the first goal kick of the evening. Harvey just playing it short to Salmon, but of course their manager up against Tony Russell today, the Lewes manager. The Oslo manager, of course, played for Ghana, had a stint at Portland Timbers in his ever-present career in Norway. Here's Hughes just being challenged by Tavakoli as they play a long ball in attempt to try and get it in behind, but it will fall nicely into possession with Ivar Furu. That's a hoof. Safety first from the Norwegian backline. Really spectacular, the fact that a European side here at the Dripping Pan, something you would not associate with non-league football, but the birth of this brilliant idea in Italy, where it began, have managed to bring about several clubs to play one another who wouldn't usually get the opportunity, and Will Salmon getting lucky there as he slips up on the fresh green grass. Could have allowed an Oslo attack needlessly, and that's a poor ball played forward from Harvey Hughes at left back. So it will be an Oslo throw. Something, like I said, you don't really associate with non-league sides. Of course, Lewes in their group have the Belgian outfit in previous seasons. It has only been the northern side, FC United of Manchester, that have participated in this competition. They participated in the first 2 seasons. They do so this season as well. They actually won 4-1 in their game this evening. Murta picking the ball up in a bit of room. Can he spark the first Lewes attack? Nice footwork around plenty of neon shirts. Whelpdale's brought down. First free kick of the evening, and that falls for the team in red. A good opportunity for Lewes to really lift the roof off here and potentially score their first ever goal in competitive European football, and it will fall on the shoulders of left-back Harvey Hughes, who since his arrival from Blackpool in the summer has not really put a foot wrong for the Rooks this season. And now he has a chance to whip it in with his left from a good range. Hughes strikes it just over the crossbar. It was read well by Robin Vishold, the goalkeeper for FC Oslo. Didn't really trouble the man in between the sticks. You can even see a Norwegian flag behind his goal. So if fans have come all the way down from Oslo, you really do have to take your hat off to them. It'll be interesting to see how many Lewes fans follow their side in Beveren next month in Belgium. Hoofed long ball from the defence. Elliott chases to just keep Tavakoli, the number 10 for Oslo, away from danger for Lewes. Harvey coming off his line, and he'll roll it quickly out to Elliott, who originally did play a full-back role when he came and signed from Hastings in the summer. Since then, he's played in the heart of a defence as more of a central defender. That ball goes out of play and actually hits an unfortunate spectator with plenty of power. Smiles at the outcome rather than tears, which is good to see. Oslo have a throw-in the meantime. Down this right-hand side, Elliott will occupy that ball, and Lumbombo Kalala, good improvisation there as he uses his head to take it towards Murta. He'll have a duel up against Tavakoli, and Murta wins. Good ball retention there from central midfielder Kieran Murta, another new recruit for Lewes this summer. Here is Murta, tries to play a clever pass into the path of Wood, but it falls back out to Dion Moore on that right-hand side, and it's another free kick for Lewes. So in this opening 5 or so minutes, Lewes have enjoyed most of the possession in the Oslo half. The champions of Division 4, like I said, they will now be going into the 3rd tier of Norwegian football. Now be playing a National League style in their next campaign, as opposed to regional, like Lewes face. Whelpdale whips a ball in, good height, Salmon's there, rebounds off another red shirt! Viscold coming down to his near post to deny the ball from hitting the back of the net. It was teasing the FC Oslo back line there. Viscold tries to set off a lovely pass. It does actually manage to fall kindly to Mack, the number 7, playing on left wing this evening for Oslo. That's a nice ball played in, almost just a bit too much on that for Tavakoli, and Lewes will deal with that well. Here's the athletic Jake Elliott making a run down this left-hand side, trying to spot the run of Chris Whelpdale, another new recruit for Tony Russell in the summer. That ball's picked up well and nicely sets off a pass to right-back Fjellstad, but he loses out on the ball to Lumbombo Kalala. Here's Wood playing down the left-hand side, not usually down the flanks, Tommy Wood. Typically you'll find him being a poacher, but he often likes to be provider for Lewes. Russell does say sometimes he needs to be a little less unselfish. Penny finding Hughes on this left-hand side. Back to Penny as Lewes are just enjoying the possession still in the Oslo half. Elliott alongside to Salmon. Lewes just stretching the play here, out to Moore on that right-hand side. Olakogu will try and make an inverted run. Back out to Whelpdale. Whelpdale will favour his chances to whip a ball in. It comes off a red shirt and out for an Oslo throw. FC Oslo were promoted 2 years in a row from the 6th division in 2018 to the 4th division, so back-to-back promotions. They then played in Division 4 for 2. Lumbombo Kalala in the meantime! The crossbar denies Lumbombo Kalala and Lewes of their first European goal. It had some serious dip on that strike from Lumbombo Kalala around 30 yards out. Viscold was flat-footed, it seems. Unfortunate there for Lewes's number 19. But it's been all Lewes so far in the opening 8 minutes here at the Pan this evening. And that will please Tony Russell, as no one really knows what to expect when going into these type of games. Of course, FC Oslo's campaign is over, so this is seen as a tournament outside of their typical footballing calendar. Tommy Wood picking up the ball in the meantime in a good position, as he was beyond the back line, and the throw-in meant he was in a legal position, I should say, in the Oslo penalty area. His heavy touch just lets him down. Lewes will continue to keep the ball in the opposition's half. Elliott. Hughes in plenty of room. Kalala just leaning back, but bringing the ball inside. Almost gets the ball taken off him from Tavakoli. And then he'll set off a nice pass out some more on that far right side. Olakoga going for the overlap. He'll favour it to play it inside to Murta. And then Murta just clips the number 8 there, Remy Tell, central midfielder for FC Oslo. So, of course, FC Oslo topping their division. We'll have a 2-legged playoff game against Ready, another Division 4 side in Oslo, who also won their league. So they'll battle it out for the trophy. But in the meantime, Oslo's attention is on the Fenix trophy. Hoofed forward with some power and height. Penny just has his hands over there. Almost looked like he was going to give away the free kick, but in fact, a green shirt was either in an offside position, I believe. So play resumes in favour of Lewes. Elliott just playing it back to Harvey. The young goalkeeper on loan from Gillingham, after he penned a deal for the Gills at the beginning of the season, which meant he was able to sign a season-long loan for the Rooks. Here's Batu Sau in the heart of that Oslo defence. Fjellstad playing it down the line, just trying to get it to Tavakoli, but Elliott once again, lovely footwork there from Lewes's number 2, and a brilliant layoff. Here's Lumbombo Kalala, brilliant work there from Tommy Wood as Lewes are getting players forward. Kieran Murta making a sprinting run into the box, but Lumbombo Kalala's pass just cut out there by Sondre Mulsata. Unfortunate there for Lumbombo Kalala, as Elliott's footwork on this near side allowed him to open up some room on his right, feeding through a pass to Tommy Wood, and that lovely layoff to Lumbombo Kalala was European quality, they would say. Fjellstad's ball forward is intercepted by Lumbombo Kalala. So it will be a throw-in again for Oslo on the near side. Only goes as far as Penny. Trying to get the ball forward, Jorge Matos. Lewes will just see it go all the way back to Nathan Harvey, who's put under pressure there just briefly from Tavakoli. He manages to unleash a ball down that right-hand side, comes off a neon shirt. Another throw-in for the Rooks, who are obviously donning an all-red kit this evening due to the black shorts of the away side. Of course, Lewes, one of 3 sides from England, one of 4 sides from Britain in the Fenix Trophy this season. Lumbombo Kalala getting forward in the meantime. It's just cleared away. Penny almost looking to be favourite there, but Oslo managed to be efficient and try and get the ball forward. That pass was far from efficient. So alongside FC United and Manchester, the Northern Premier League Premier Division side from up north, they play in the 7th tier of English football, like Lewes, as do Enfield Town, who, aside from North London, who Lewes know all about, are also in this competition this year. Ball played into the box, teasing delivery. Lumbombo Kalala will chase to the touchline. Keeps it in. Hard to see from this angle, but it still remains in play and in favour of the home side. Penny with a clever pass to Wood. Whether he's expecting it, I don't know, but here is Wood trying to get it in behind. Whelpdale's pass to Wood just managed to see Wood get in a promising position in the penalty area, unable to just sort out his footing and create an effort up against the goalkeeper Robin Vixhold. Throw in for the Rooks. Back to Penny, who, since Jake Elliott has fallen into the heart of defence, has played more of a midfield role after joining from Millwall, having played under 20s level for the Lions. Salmon's ball almost cut short, but Olukoga manages to get on the end of it. Whelpdale just picking the ball up outside the centre circle. That's a poor touch by Ahmad Ohudu, who was unable to just keep it under a spell, stretching out his knee, coming off him and out for another Lewes throw. So like I was saying, Enfield Town in the Isthmian Premier Division. Lewes, of course, beat them 4-0 a month or so ago in the league. And Enfield still yet to play in the Fenix Trophy so far. And number 15, Graham Hansen, will just try and take it round Olukoga. And then the other British side is in fact a Welsh side, Llanwtwit Major FC, in the very south of Wales, the 2nd tier of Welsh football. Ply their trade in Cymru South. So 3 from England, 1 from Wales. That make up 4 teams of the 9 in this season's Fenix Trophy. Trying to drive forward there, Oslo, through Molstada. But in the meantime, Dion Moore will break forward with Lumbombo Kalala there in support. Still Moore, he'll fancy his chances. Moore taking it to the byline across the face of goal. Lumbombo Kalala scores! And he does in fact get Lewes' first goal of European football. 1-0 to the Rooks. A brilliant break. Dion Moore setting up the efforts by the byline. Brilliant football from the Guyanan international. Finding the Parisian Lumbombo Kalala at the back post. Heads it past Robin Vixhold, and Lewes find themselves 1 goal up to 0 in the first European night at the Pan. FC Oslo just having a little team talk, it seems. Clearly frustrated after they go 1-0 down just after the quarter of the hour mark. Which isn't too often you really see a little team huddle, especially only going a goal down. But it has been all Lewes in the opening 17 minutes this evening. FC Oslo struggling to get the ball forward. Jake Elliott and Will Salmon preventing that to be the case, as is the Lewes midfield. Lumbombo Kalala lighting the touch paper at the dripping pan this evening. But they're not giving up, but Oslo will look forward with that long ball not meeting any of its intended targets, played by Batu Sau. Harvey will take the goal kick, seeing that long ball go all the way out of the pitch's parameter. Lofting it out to Olakoga. Nice footwork there from Lewes's makeshift right back, who can really play anywhere. Harvey up to Moore, dueling for the ball up against Sondre Mulsata, the left back for Oslo this evening. Murta just trying to turn, got a few neon shirts around him, and he finds Elliott in room in Lewis's back line. Hughes trying to get the ball forward, looking to his right, but Lumbombo Kalala will feature to his left. Here is Lewis's number 19, looking for a potential brace, but he sprays it across the face of goal. Calmly defended there by Oslo. Wood edging it to Murta. Weltdale looked like he may have wanted it, but Olakoga may go from distance. Olakoga forced to go wide to Dion Moore. Still Moore. Once again, the fabulous footwork from Lewis's number 14. Straight at Vishold. Testing the Oslo goalkeeper. Fairly routine. Had power, but not the precision Dion Moore would have wanted with that strike. Moore and Wood pressing, especially Lewis's number 14 on the Oslo 14. The captain, Ivar Furu, playing on the left side of the centre-back partnership for Oslo this evening. Moore winning that ball. Murta edging it forward to Wood as he just tries to backheel towards Weltdale. Nice idea, but Oslo read it well. Winning the ball back even better though, Lewes. Poor first touch there from Lumbombo Kalala. And then that's a sloppy pass played out to this right-hand side, just gifting the ball back to Lewes. And they'll try and make the most of this first half pressure that has been continuous so far from the home side. Jorge Matos, the furthest forward. The 15, Hansen, pushing the Lewes midfielder. That's a poor touch there from Tavakoli, but Penny read it well and wins the ball back for the hosts. Elliott driving forward and spraying it out to that right-hand side. Olakoga will then try a lofted ball forward. It's cut out by Oslo. Penny just using his head. Weltdale, nice touch there as he just tries to take it forward. Unable to execute that there from Chris Weltdale. And that's nice footwork there from Frederick Graham Hansen. Now Tavakoli. He picks the ball up in a pocket of room in the middle of the park. Nice ball played to Mantos. Here it is, Matos. Now Fjellstad. This is the first time they properly get the ball forward, and Fjellstad doesn't make the most of that first bit of final third possession that Oslo have experienced all game. And Lewes will feel fairly comfortable, albeit only one goal up. They've been the dominant side in the opening 21 minutes this evening. Lovely first-time pass there from Murta into the path of Lumbombo Kalala. Murta just trying to turn and finding Elliott in some room. Back to Murta, once again, great footwork and winning the foul. Arguably, they could have played advantage, but the referee had blown his whistle rather prematurely to prevent Weltdale from conjuring up a Lewes attack. Here's Olakoga. They get the ball forward quickly. Nice flick to Moore on that right-hand side. He's up against Graham Hansen and wins the foul. Frederick Graham Hansen gifting away a foul for Lewes, so they now find themselves with another opportunity to put a ball in and double their lead in front of a packed stand behind Vic Skold's goal. It will be the right foot of number 11, Chris Weltdale. Plenty of players in the penalty area. Whelpdale lofted ball in, falling to Penny. Just comes off the back of his head, not the connection Lewes's number 6 would have desired. Throw in for Oslo. So Lewes will be wanting and dreaming to replicate the victory of fellow English side FC United of Manchester, of course, won the first ever Fenix trophy. They beat Prague Raptors 2-0, who seem to have been the cursed side in the Fenix trophy since its birth in 2021, as they lost the final that season, and then last season too. They ended up losing 3-0 to BK Skold, the Danish side. So Prague Raptors will be looking to make it 3 finals in 3, but more importantly, a victory after their 2 final defeats. Lewes will be looking to replicate that form of FC United of Manchester, have enjoyed late runs, or long runs, in this tournament, which can go all the way to June. Olakoga, nice clever pass, nice idea, but unable to execute that pass. Hughes was just outside the area, favourite to it. Just stretching the play out to Hansen on this right centre side of the pitch, and that's a lovely ball played out to Tavakoli, and an even better touch with his right foot. He backheeled it. Just showed a bit too much of that there, though, from Tavakoli, and it was bread and butter for Nathan Harvey coming out of his line to pick that ball up. Mbombo Kalala on the near side. Hughes on the overlap. Still Mbombo Kalala as he's in search for a brace. Finding Penny. Just shows a bit too much there of the ball, as he did have 3 neon shirts around him. Here is Elliott. Hughes in room on the left-hand side. He'll favour to go inside to Murta. Moore again, shipping it forward to Whelpdale as he's up against the big, powerful presence of Ivar Furu. Viscold palming it away. No red shirts really around there to penetrate that ball played in from Whelpdale. Here's Elliott. He's in room to run with the ball forward. We've seen him strike them from distance, and we do again. Viscold coming down low. Didn't really need to stretch out that much, the FC Oslo goalkeeper. But Elliott registering a shot on target to just keep Viscold warm. But so far, he's been having to stay alert in this dominant performance from Lewes this evening. Murta out to Moore. Olakoga still there, still Moore. He's in search for his first goal of the evening. He gets a corner. Is it just ricochets off an FC Oslo player? So they will have their first corner of the evening, and it will be on this near side. Moore, of course, enjoyed international experience all the way over and into Miami with Guyana. He'll feel like these nights are made for him. Low ball played in from the right foot of Whelpdale. Not the best cross from the experienced central midfielder. And Lewes will just regroup, as will FC Oslo, following that set-piece delivery. Harvey pinging one out, or trying to. Mbombo Kalala. Another fan has been hit. Laughter again. So far, 2 spectators have been hit from loose balls played from the players on the pitch, which has met to jeers, a round of jeers around the place. Elliott finding Mbombo Kalala, almost loses his footing as he's up against Fjellstad. Fjellstad almost winning the ball back. Well kept on there from Mbombo Kalala as he wins the throw. Looked like it was just about to nip out of play, but his quick feet made sure that wasn't the case. Hughes, back to Elliott. They see an awful lot of the ball, Hughes and Jake Elliott on this near left side, as does Lumbombo Kalala. A lot of the Lewes attack can come down this left flank, of course, with the quality they possess. And Elliott, Hughes and Lumbombo Kalala. Salmon, great footwork there from the skipper. Just managing to dummy and put off Ahudu, the number 9 for Oslo. Salmon to Elliott. Now Lumbombo Kalala just strolls with the ball at his feet, taking it past Fjellstad, trying to deliver a ball in. Comes off Mack. Another corner for the Rooks. It will be Whelpdale. He'll want it to be better than the previous one he took moments ago. Unable to beat the first man. Still really yet to see Oslo have a sniff or even have a go in the Lewes half. Elliott getting his head onto it. Salmon too. Cleared away from Fjellstad. Safety first. Mack will chase, but he's up against Olakoga and Hughes, and they get the better of Mack. Moore taking it round almost. Comes off a red shirt. Throw in for FC Oslo. Murta sprinting to mark his man, Remy Tell. The two number 8s for both sides, both in central midfield positions. And so far, Murta is winning the battle, and Lewes winning the game after Lumbombo Kalala's goal at the back post to head it home after Moore's delivery from the right side of the Lewes attack in the opening 17 minutes. Murta again, just shadowing the ball well, shielding it away from the opposition. Hughes. Penny. Plenty of room to make up his mind, and he opts to go to Olakoga. Olakoga darting forward. Whelpdale looking to provide a presence in the box. Moore almost into Whelpdale, but Batu Sao was there to take it away from the direction of Lewis's number 11. Penny. Murta trying to edge the ball forward and finding Wood as he's just pushed out wide. Murta will just play it safely back to the Lewes left back. Bombo Kalala again. Whelpdale just trying to take it round a neon shirt, but they read it well. And now this is their first chance to break with coming forward. Mack, 1-2 between him and Remy Tell, but Elliott once again being as commanding as ever as he has been in the 30 minutes in this game so far, managing to just prevent any FC Oslo chance of breaking forward. Moore just losing possession there and then allowing the Oslo player to move with the ball forward. Good improvisation there from Tell. And then it's played safely back from Matos all the way to Sao. Here's Fjellstad trying to play with the ball down the line, and Mack is brought down. So Oslo with an opportunity, albeit in their own half, to try and test Lewes in the Lewes half, but they're not getting the better of them so far, and they just win the ball back with ease, the Rooks. Murta setting off Olakoga. Moore in support. Molstata able to just see the ball go out of play, but unable to keep the ball. Almost that heavy pass from Penny. Could have gone out, but Olakoga stretching to keep it in. Whelpdale, does he fancy his chances? He's brought down. The referee sees nothing in that. Some calls for a foul, but the players still carry on. with out contesting. Moore just trying to take it past, and he does ever so well. Moore across the face of goal once again. Dion Moore. Lumbombo Kalala running down to this near side. Just dummies up against Fjellstad. Chops and changes his direction. Floats the ball in. Headed out to Hughes. Murta just using his body. Urge to shoot. Murta with a curling effort straight at Fixhold. Coming down low to just collect that effort from Lewes's number 8. Finding himself in plenty of room. FC Oslo just allowing Lewes to play their game, giving them a lot of room to play in. And of course, if they lose today, they will end up failing to qualify for the semi-finals with the Fenix Trophy, as they did lose 1-0 to KSK Beveren in Beveren. The Belgian side there getting 2 home games in this competition, as they will be hosting Lewes on Tuesday the 12th of December. And how this competition works is it will be the top 3 sides who will get into the semi-finals of the competition. They'll be joined by the best second-place team making the final 4 in the semi-finals. So FC Oslo, going into this game, having lost to Beveren, will really need to take it up a few gears to try and get into, or have any chance of getting into the semi-finals and extend their tenancy in the Fenix Trophy this season. Lewes on the other end, going about it in some style, albeit 1 goal up. They haven't looked a foot out of place in the game so far. Lumbombo Kalala trying to find Wood, back to Lewes's left winger. So he just tries to lift it behind Graham Hansen. Here is Hughes, nice shimmy there as he just takes it beyond on his right foot. He's up against their 10, tries to find Murta, and then all the way back to the Oslo back line. Here's Furu. Back to Sao, Wood chasing and pressing the Oslo number 5, but here's Fredrik Graham Hansen in a bit of room. Matos just in front of him from distance, comes off Penny, and Oslo will have their first bit of attacking play of the game. Their first corner 2 on this near side. This really would be a shock for Lewes and could set them back if they were to suddenly nick a goal here, FC Oslo. Having been on the back foot for the whole game, could we see smash and grab-esque type narrative at the Pan this evening? It often happens in away games on the European stage. It's a high ball in from the 15, and that completely ends any chance of a goal or pulling one back for FC Oslo following that foul, which will disappoint their head coach, Adam Larsen Kurasi. In fact, has been a Ghanaian international. There's a breadth of history. He's a goalkeeper in his playing career. And he finds himself coaching the side who are about to play in the 3rd division of Norwegian football for the first time in their history following their birth in 2017. Bombo Kalala. Hughes again overlapping, and he'll find Hughes. Fjellstad far away, allowing Hughes some room into a dangerous area. Weltdale was lurking in the 6-yard box, but Fixhold is able to get there before Lewes's number 11. Cleared away. Once again, Lumbombo Kalala and Harvey Hughes linking up exceptionally down this left-hand side to provide and start an attack. Can Oslo start one of their own in the meantime? On that far side, here's Mack, just forced backwards. Tavakoli intercepted by Murta, calls for a foul, but Lewes carry on. It was on Ahudu, and then Oslo will be frustrated there as they give away a cheap foul to Lewes. They will greatly welcome that as they carry on. Harvey put under pressure from Tell, central midfielder, eager to press Lewes is number one. Murta fizzes it out to Moore. Olakoga on running, just trying to feed it to Wood. Hands up for a handball, it seemed. Nothing given. Now Moore trying to just take it past with pace and get him behind that Oslo back line, just unable to do so. And the ball will go out of play for another Oslo goal kick. Jeers behind Vishsold's goal, as he's happy to take his time with this goal kick, instructing the players to go up, trying to exert that direct approach. Fjellstad misheaders that, but Oslo managed to get on the end. Here's Tavakoli trying to get the ball forward, but once again Lewes dealing with that well. Wood tugging his shirt up against Batu Sao. Lewes get out of that slight congested area. Moore almost breaking in behind, but the 15, Frederick Graham Hansen, will clear it away. Corner for the Rooks. As we are 5 minutes away from the full first 45. Mbombo Kalala's 17th minute goal is what separates these two sides this evening. Long ball played in. Moore tries to shoot or feed the ball back into the danger zone with the outside of his right boot. Will be a corner again for Lewes, as they're looking to add to that Lumbombo Kalala goal. Welkdale taking around the outside, strikes it at Vixhold. Backheeled away from Tavakoli, as he then instructs his players following that block. Helping out his goalkeeper there. Did look like it was destined to land in the grasp of Vixhold. And that's a challenge from Tavakoli. Penny touches the ball with his hand as he assumed it was going to be a foul given just before the referee blew his whistle, but it was a foul indeed, so Penny isn't penalised for a handball. Instead, he'll kick us back off following the late slide challenge from Daniel Tavakoli. All the way back from Harvey, who's still yet to register a save this evening. At FC Oslo, of course, still yet to register any testing shot against the young man between the sticks for Tony Russell's side. Moore trying to go inside again, trying to just float it behind the back line, but that's good play there as it's intercepted. Here is Hansen. Molsata will take the throw, following it going out of play after coming off a red shirt. There's Remy Tell just trying to shrug off the play, and Salmon playing in a rather centre-forward position, dragging the play out wide as he brought the ball forward, and Moore will go for power, but the precision is not existent there in Moore's shot. And he goes straight over Vixhold's goal for another Oslo goal kick. But credit to Will Salmon there as he bursted with the ball forward deep into the Oslo half. It looked like he may have fancied himself from distance. We have of course seen a Brilliant centre-back finish in Ronnie Vint here on a Tuesday night, and Salmon was looking to replicate his centre-back colleague there, more in an offside position. So it will be a free kick for the away side. So as for Enfield Town and FC United of Manchester, the other two English clubs, FC United of Manchester are away in Poland to Krakow Dragoons. A rather fancy name for the side from Poland. And Enfield Town face BK Skold, last year's winners, at home in North London. So plenty to play for there in the north of England and the north of London. But so far in the south of England, Lewes are commanding this game with ease. However, they may want to start getting or testing Vizsgold slightly better. As they do currently lead with a 1-goal margin, which is never safe in football, no matter how good you're playing and how the opposition may be playing. Penny. Almost to Moore, but it's cut out. Played all the way back to Salmon, who will just see that go beyond him. So just under 60 seconds to go of the first half. Elliott, once again, playing with it forward. Harvey Hughes almost trying to find Wood, just too much on that for Tommy Wood. As I think it's Batu Sau who is currently down after sustaining a knock following that duel with Tommy Wood as he looked to try and get him behind the Oslo back line. So it will be 1 minute added on here. Added on time for this first half. Tony Russell will be very pleased with his side so far. They could have probably had more. Like I said, they will want to start testing Vizsgold more, as most of the shots they've had on goal have been safely straight at the FC Oslo keeper. There's Penny just trying to take it round Frederick Graham Hansen, but giving away a foul in doing so. That's a ball cut out by Uhadu, cut out by Salmon as he just tries a clever curling pass in towards the talisman Georgia Matos. Forward ball played forward, and that ends up being a lovely touch from Batu Sau. He brings it forward. FC Oslo will probably have the last chance of the first half. Passing it across the face of goal. Cleared away by Harvey Hughes. Lewes, the first time they've had to be alert all game. And Moore just being dispossessed there on that far side. And that is the end of the first half action. And Bombo Kalala's effort is what separates the two sides. It was a header from that back post following a delivery from Dion Moore. Tony Russell will be very pleased with his side's dominant performance. On the other end, Adam Larson Kurase, if they want to keep their Fenix Trophy campaign going, they will need to see a drastically improved second half if they want to keep that, or they want that to be the case. We'll be back here in just under 15 minutes time for the start of the second half, but it ends here at half time. Lewes 1, FC Oslo 0. Welcome back, everybody. The second half almost about to begin with both sets of players coming onto the pitch. Oslo following the leaders in the game so far, Lewes FC. It would have been a complete contrast of half-time talks between both managers in Tony Russell and Adam Larsson Kurasi. Tony Russell, you'd think more of the same he'd be instructing to his players. Maybe slightly more cutting edge in the final third, as there have been chances. They have got into promising positions, Lewes. As for the other end, Oslo, completely opposite kind of first half as to what Lewes had. Their manager, you could imagine, completely trying to revamp things, and that's exactly what he will be doing with two substitutes coming on for the away side. So it looks like it's going to be the number 11 coming off for the number 18. Number 11 was put up on the board. Admittedly, there is no number 11 on the pitch for some reason. That is because it is for Lewes. Chris Whelpdale coming off. On comes Bradley Pritchard. And two substitutes for FC Oslo. So the experienced Chris Whelpdale coming off for another experienced individual in Bradley Pritchard, the Zimbabwean, who provides energy in midfield. Not that Lewes don't need any more energy, but Tony Russell may have believed so. Of course, swapping one veteran off for another. And there have been two substitutions for Oslo yet to be put on the screen. I can see that it is the number 18 coming on, so it will be Noah Scar Lenzete. Lenza. So on he comes to try and make a difference, try and make an impact for FC Oslo. And we're back underway for this second half. Lewes 1, Oslo 0. They're playing out from the back. They switched between the two, sometimes opted for that direct approach, but this time they're going to opt for that playing out from the back approach. Already it looks like we've seen more from Oslo in terms of keeping the ball than what we saw in the first half. That is Mulsaiter passing it all the way to Mack. Here is Hansen looking back. Furu chased by Moore, who of course set up that first goal, and the only goal of course this evening. Murta just trying to chest it to the substitute Bradley Pritchard. His first touch is a lovely pass out to that left-hand side to Harvey Hughes, who had an energetic first half down the left. He strikes it low. Comes off his sold. First corner for Lewes of the second half, and the first corner in general falling to the home side of the second 45. So on that far side, it is going to be the substitute Bradley Pritchard. So it was Whelpdale beforehand, the number 11. So Pritchard with an in-swinging delivery on that far side. Lumbombo Kalala just on the edge of the area, as is Murta. Doesn't beat the first man. That'll disappoint Russell and Pritchard. Lumbombo Kalala trying the theatrics from distance, striking it with his weaker foot. And it just goes over. So he just flicked it behind himself. Had the confidence to go for a second. It had some dip, but by the time it just started to go down, it was beyond Visthold's byline. Penny intercepting that goal kick. Olakoga. Salmon lofting it to Penny. He just leaves it for Moore, but miscommunication there, as Moore was not exactly where Penny assumed he may have been. Throw in for the Rooks. It will be a free kick, in fact, having been given away by Hansen, but Lewes will play it all the way back to Harvey in goal. Here's Elliott, who had a brilliant, monumental first half. And Bombo Kalala hugging the touchline, coming in field, lovely change of direction almost. as that is confirmed the other substitute. It is number 2, Ron Reyes. So it's the number 30 to confirm. Number 30, Falk Fjellstad, who was the right back in the first half, has made way for the number 2, Ron Reyes. And then, of course, that's a lovely ball, almost played in. Salmon intercepting it. Hughes almost mistiming it. And that almost came out of nowhere, splitting open the centre of Lewes. Down their midfield and defence. Played in towards the substitute, Scarlent. Elliott just trying to take it round the outside against the substitute Noah Scarlente. Harvey in towards Olakoga. Direct into Wood. Lovely layoff, turning into a pass there from Tommy Wood. See that a lot as a Lewes fan so far. Salmon, who hasn't played often this season. Usually that position is occupied by Ronnie Vint. Will Salmon hasn't put a foot wrong all evening in the 50 minutes that have been played this evening. Olakoga, still a long way to go. Pritchard leaving the ball to just fall in front of him to allow him to open up some room to his right. Here's Olakoga. Now Moore trying to find Wood just in front of Tommy Wood there. Unable for the number 9 to retrieve that pass made from Dion Moore, who of course has already been the provider this evening. Elliott driving forward, finding Hughes. He looks up, may fancy to put in an early ball. Goes on the ground instead. Moore just lifting up his right arm, trying to signal to Penny that he was in some room, but that pass was cut out by Mulsata, and Oslo look urgent as they win the ball back following that loose pass from Penny. But Lewes' organisation forcing Furu to go back to his centre-back colleague, Batu Sao. Here's Reyes. Strikes from distance. First shot on goal. As Nathan Harvey comes down low to deny Daniel Tavakoli, the Oslo number 10. Harvey just leaving the ball to hit it on the ground, completely unscathed by the Oslo pressure. And that long ball ends up seeing Lewes win a free kick halfway in the Oslo sector. Quickly along to Moore. He favours to take it round Mulsata, and so he does. He's then blocked following that ball in, and that's a nice pass played out to Mack on this left-hand side. He makes a darting run in field. He strikes from distance. Oslo, 2 shots from distance in the last minute or so. Nathan Harvey will have to be wary of these venomous strikes that Oslo may possess. And that's a sloppy pass played from Penny. Oslo's starting to see some light here from what's been a fairly bleak evening so far. Murta. Lewes just trying to stay composed, not allow Oslo's slight opportunities distract them from keeping up this 1-goal lead and adding to it. Elliott along the floor to Wood. It just came off Penny, it seemed, which took it out of Wood's direction that he would have wanted. Nice turn and nice layoff there from Mack to the substitute Scarlenza. He tries a switched ball out to that right-hand side, and he finds his intended target, who just had to jog back a bit to retrieve that ball from the Oslo central midfielder. Quickly out to Mulsata. Here is Scarlenza. looking to take it in field. Will he fancy a go from distance? Try to take it behind Salmon. Hughes' clearance, it ricochets off Tavakoli. And here is Mulsata, almost taking it beyond Olakoga. Good defending there, but Mulsata manages to get the better of Olakoga for that brief second. High ball in from Mack. And goes over all the players and rolls out of play for a throw-in on that far side. So just a slight correction from the first half information. Of course, the format of the Fenix Trophy has changed. This is the third time it's changed in its third season, so still well and truly going for a period of refinement after its invention in 2021. In fact, it's 4 groups of 3, meaning all 4 table toppers of each group will play one another. So no room for the second best, meaning FC Oslo lose today, and by the looks of it, are already out of the Fenix Trophy. But Lewes's Fenix Trophy charge is still well and truly intact. And if they end up winning today, that really will put added pressure and emphasis on their fixture in Belgium in 4 weeks to this Tuesday. Another substitution coming on for the Rooks. It will be number 4, Archie Tamplin. And off comes Ao Olakoga, who likes to play in the centre of midfield. Today he's played at right back. If anything, he looks like a specialist in both positions. Hasn't put a foot wrong this evening, but clearly Russell will want to rest him for the weekend in their home game in the league against Wingate and Finchley, who after last season are flying high. And on comes Archie Tamplin, who's found the back of the net a couple of times this season. This evening, Russell will be deploying him, by the looks of it, on the right side of the defence. Throw in for Oslo on this near side. Following that substitution, Archie Tamplin on for Ao Olakoga. Oslo looking for an equaliser. They have come out in the second half better than what we saw in the first, it has to be said. Cleared away by Jake Elliott. Here it is, Mulsata, taking it round the outside of Dion Moore. Penny quickly into Pritchard. The small presence of Pritchard up against the big tall figure of Frederick Graham Hansen. Pritchard managing to find space, but Hughes losing out there, but winning the ball back. Great improvisation there from Harvey Hughes. Murta stretching it out to the substitute Tamplin. He'll have his first touch of the evening. Lays off Moore in doing so and manages to luckily get that ricochet off Scarlenza. Falls back to Moore. Here's Murta as Mack will chase. Murta just changing his direction, favouring it to Elliott. Touches it with his right. Tries to burst forward. Laying it off to his left. Almost losing his footing awkwardly. So it does actually look like Daniel Tavakoli is playing more attacking than what we saw in the first half. He was more of a central midfielder in the first. Giorgio Matos was leading the line, the number 6, and obviously he's come off for winger. Shoots 80 Noah Scarlenza, swapping their positions along that front 3, or even at times a front 4, of the attacking prowess that they've brought on for this second half. A tad more equal, less Lewes dominance in this second half so far. Lewes will want to avoid that narrative of it being a game of 2 halves and keep up that dominance that was witnessed here in the first 45. Oslo testing the keeper more so in this half, albeit both chances from a significant distance. And that one almost looked like it was almost on goal, but it was obviously fed out to this left-hand side. Comes off Tamplin, he deals with it well, as it did come off the back of his head. Didn't get the connection he desired there, substitute Tamplin. So another throw for Oslo, following Tamplin's failure to keep the ball in play, but he managed to keep it away from a fairly dangerous position, as he did have Aladdin Mach lurking behind him. Here is Mulsata. Moore and Tamplin are onto him, and they managed to get the better of Mulsata there, the left back for Oslo. Here's Murta looking up, trying to play it in field. Pritchard, if he was a couple more yards in front, he could have got on the end of that. Ambitious ball played into the middle of the park from Lewes's number 8. Driving run forward from Batu Sao, breaking the lines. Here's their 10, Tavakoli, just trying an ambitious ball to the left side of the penalty area. Here's Scarlenza running onto that, or trying to at least. Goes beyond the substitute and out for a Lewes goal kick. Harvey hoofing it forward. Comes off Mulsata. Lewes throw. Back to Murta. Now back to Moore. Finding Wood in the right side of the Lewes attack. Still Tommy Wood. Moore on the rebound as it just fell back to him. Moore striking it with the side foot of his left boot. It was always going up after it left his left foot. I think it may have been a free kick, or there may be a free kick, following Lewes's first attempt on goal in the second half. Just a brief stoppage in play. Referee blows his whistle. And Robin Visthold, all good to get us back underway. Playing it to the left centre of the Oslo attack, meeting the head of Elliott. And then out Lumbombo Kalala will head it infield, hoofed away. And Elliott will have to follow that. Harvey will have to be alert, and so he is. Drop kick from Nathan Harvey as he tries to spark a quick Lewes attack. It comes off the head of Tommy Wood. Lumbombo Kalala just slipping after that headed pass from Tommy Wood. Another surging run forward from Batu Sao, but Jake Elliott is there to prevent the opposition centre-back from getting in behind his back line. Murta out to Hughes. Pritchard. So far, Batu Sao, those runs forward that we didn't really see in the first half. Play clearly opening up from an Oslo perspective. Lewes have their opportunity now to double their lead. Just after the hour mark, Lumbombo Kalala's 17th minute goal, still separating the two sides here in the Fenix Trophy. Packed out stand behind the Oslo goal. Tamplin calls for a penalty behind that goal. Tamplin being dragged to the floor. He's looking at the referee. Ivar Furu. In fact, it was Frederick Graham Hansen who clearly was showing his frustration at Archie Tamplin as he was in an offside position just by the byline. He was trying to come in and create an opportunity. The assistant referee had risen his flag. Archie Tamplin, good to not make a meal of that, as we do see it a lot where an opposition player may get their frustration and take it out on an opposition player. And then you will see that player really play up to the referee, but Archie Tamplin, he's not about that clearly. Instead, he looked at the referee and suggested, what on earth is Hansen doing? Furu met with jeers following that hoof, but will it end up to haunt Lewes following that loud cheer behind the Oslo goal, following that clearance, as it did almost open up an opportunity for Mack down this left-hand side. Lewes do have to be wary here. Harvey certainly is with that first-time clearance. And then here's Endau, goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Jeers behind the goal, as I'm sure you can hear back home. Viscold playing it shortly to Tell. There's a couple of the Oslo players have slipped on this surface. Here's the substitute Reyes, just forced backwards. Here's Sal, trying to play it forwards, cut out by Pritchard. Hasn't really made his mark on the game as of yet, like Lewes usually see when he comes on as a substitute or when he features in that heart of a midfield three. Penny. Lumbombo Kalala up against Reyes, the substitute. He puts a right-footed ball in, headed away commandingly by Sal. Salmon tries to keep the ball alive, playing it to Penny. Back to Pritchard as he just keeps the ball stationary below his right foot. It's just trying to slow the intensity of play down perhaps, but Oslo certainly trying to do the opposite by pressing the Lewes back line. Max not giving up and chasing Tamplin. Penny just trying to change direction. Foul every day of the week by Remy Tell. Penny is down. You can actually, this is not good. This is not good. As you can hear the cry, it looks like it may have been a dislocated shoulder, arguably, and that's hard to see for Arthur Penny. As you can see, he's in some real pain. And to be honest, it looked like a fairly malicious challenge from Noah Scarlenza, completely avoidable. That's 2 times now the Oslo players have decided to be physical needlessly. He does go over, to be fair, to Penny, but Penny looks like he's definitely going to have to come off, which is sad to see, as he's had a very good game in the heart of midfield this evening. And to be honest, Noah Scarlenza, in a way, is still lucky to be on for that completely unneeded challenge on the young boy. And he will have to make way. The substitutes for the Rooks, they do have, of course, number 10, Ola Ogunwamide. Alfie Egan, the number 7, who was brought in the summer, who hasn't featured as much as he'd have wanted after penning a deal under Tony Russell in the summer. Deshane Dalling, of course, more of a wide player. Pritchard, the only other real central midfielder. Of course, Archie Tamplin can play in midfield, but Tony Russell has favoured that he goes as a right back. And after what seemed like a terrible challenge, Arthur Penny is being looked at by the physio. Signals to the bench of thumbs up suggest he may be okay to carry on. But in all honesty, from the minute he went down, you could hear the cry from up here in the gantry. It did not seem good. But Will Salmon, he's smirking at the referee, so clearly it's not all doom and gloom down on the pitch following that challenge from Noah Scarlenza on Lewes's number 6. It's great to see him back up. Just for a moment, it did seem devastating following Arthur Penny's reaction. Play will resume. Will Russell risk Penny to carry on? He is looking fairly... He's looking in pain. Time will tell. But so far, we've just reached the halfway point of the second 45. Lewes's slender 1-goal margin being tested more by Oslo in this half than it was in the first. Lewes will need to keep alert, not let this iconic victory slip away from them after a really good performance from Tony Russell's men so far. Penny stretching his right arm, that was clearly the one that was hurt. And it looks like he will be okay to carry on after the ball next goes out of play. Tamplin trying to make a run down this right-hand side. And it's a lovely run too, getting in behind Mulsata. And that really has sparked up the fans behind the Oslo goal. That's 3 arguable, needless challenges from 3 individual Oslo players. And it really is heating up here. We were saying at the beginning of the commentary that the Fenix trophy itself is for togetherness, friendliness between nations, accepting each other's cultural differences. Of course, that's still being kept, but by no means is there friendliness in this affair, certainly in this second half. And Oslo seem to be the more malicious of the 2 sets of sides. Tamplin still down. That's 2 Lewes players now who've been badly injured. Penny will walk on, but as one man comes off, as one man comes on, another man may come off. Second time lucky. Pritchard just overlooking Tamplin, but that was a lovely run down this right-hand side as he managed to beat 2 players in neon green. It looked like his stature up against the left-back Sondre Mulsata was going to beat that of Archie Tamplin, but he managed to use his pace and his footwork was clever to manage to find some space in behind Mulsata, and he did that well. Has he injured himself in the process up against someone like Sondre Mulsata? Lewes with an opportunity on this near side. Tamplin does not look good. He's stayed down on the floor longer than Penny did, which is a worry. It's good to see Penny back on. He's still kind of holding his right shoulder by the looks of it. This play has been resumed for a fairly long time now, in the last 10 minutes. 2 players nastily injured, which has seen long stoppages in this second half. Compared to the first, it was pretty much all Lewes. Tommy Wood just keeping himself warm with various stretches. Dion Moore too. That's quite a sensible idea. Tamplin crawling back up. I think that he might have landed awkwardly on his head by the looks of it, as the physio is having to hold it. So hopefully no neck or head injury has been sustained there after what was a really promising little cameo from Tamplin. His substitute appearance may have been ended prematurely by the Oslo left back. So it is going to have to be another substitution. And off comes Archie Tamplin, unfortunate there for Lewes's number 4. On comes Archie Pagny. the youngster who hasn't featured for Lewes so far this season. Now he comes on to make his first start of the season. What a time to do it, albeit not in the best of circumstances, as one of his teammates is forced off due to what seems like a fairly nasty injury. And Archie Tamplin looks like he's going to have to be stretchered here, so I'm sending, and we will send all our best wishes to Archie Tamplin. This is not nice to see, as he does look to be in a significant amount of pain. As the Lewes fans sing in support of their player, Archie Tamplin. Stretcher brought on by Nathan White, the first team coach, as well as the actual head coach and manager, Tony Russell, followed by Ayo Olakoga, the right back, who played the first hour of the game and in fact was the player to come off for Archie Tamplin. So we do really wish Archie Tamplin all the best following this nasty injury. This could have the potential, of course. Archie Tamplin's health is first, but when incidents like this happen, it can sometimes distract the players. When they see their teammate severely injured and having to be stretchered off, that's when you know it's not good in the slightest. This could have an impact on the game, but of course the main worry is Archie Tamplin's health. Archie Pagny waiting in the wings. Number 14 for Oslo, Ivar Furu, has his arm over Mulsata as he consoles him, clearly feels guilty and a certain level of responsibility, or feels a responsibility for the state Archie Tamplin finds himself in at the moment. As the fans give him a round of applause and respect as he comes off. I'd like to send our wishes to Archie Tamplin as he goes off with a rendition of There's Only One Archie Tamplin. On comes Archie Pagny to try and keep up Lewes's dominance. And what a time this would be to score. Play did stop, in fact, in the 68th minute. It's resumed around the 78th, so we will see a lengthy amount of stoppage time added on. But play is now ready to resume. It will be a free kick taken from Bradley Pritchard on this near side. So players, all, majority of them in fact, just in a line in front of that 6-yard box to the left. Moore is to Pritchard's right, but Pritchard will whip a ball in. Comes off the head of 34. So in the meantime, we did see a substitution. Right back Michael Fellows has come on. There is going to be another substitution coming on for Oslo. So on comes 34 Michael Fellows. And in the meantime, Aladdin Mach comes off, the left winger, who's provided one of the focal points for Oslo this evening, will be making way for number 9, number 13, Isaac Brodal. So on comes Isaac Brodal. In the meantime, Lumbombo Kalala coming close to Viscald's near post. Once again, fairly routine for the FC Oslo goalkeeper. Here is Mulsata, back to Furu. Sloppy pass there, which Moore makes the most of. Here's Murta, clever pass into Wood. Can they make it two? Tries a left-footed strike outside the area. Pritchard keeping it alive to Lumbombo Kalala. Hughes in room on that far left side. Back to Lumbombo Kalala. Murta loses his footing and allows for FC Oslo to get bodies forward. Here is the number 18 as he then slips. That's two slips in quick succession. Noah Scarlenza, as he broke forward, trying to play a low ball across the penalty area, unable to execute that pass. And Lewes make the most of it by bringing the ball out of play through Jake Elliott. Lumbombo Kalala. Hughes making a run to assist Lumbombo Kalala to his left. Along the ground, clever pass to Pritchard, finding him some room. Murta using his right foot to just shield the ball. And slowly passes it to Pritchard. Pritchard along to Wood. Surely, great slide challenge. Ivar Furu take a bow as he prevents Tommy Wood from making it potentially two. Here comes their number 8, Remy Tell. Nice pass, link-up play between Tell and Tavaloki. So it's going to be a throw. Slight stoppage in time. It is going to be a yellow card. I believe the referee is walking purposefully to a player, it seems. So it looks like he's just showed the yellow card. Almost getting behind Jake Elliott. Picked up by the number 13, Isaac Brodal. Headed away by Paniers. He has his first bit of the action of the evening. Here's the 15, Hansen. Still Hansen up against Panier, but the youngster deals with it well. Clears it away, only goes as far as Tell. Looked like he was aiming for Furu, but he'll find Sau instead. Lofted ball almost in behind. Brodal there, the tall, big figure, playing up front for FC Oslo. But here come Lewes in attack as they search for their second. Here is the goal scorer, Lumbombo Kalala, almost taking it past Scarlenza. The FC Oslo number 18 coming down low to take it away from Lumbombo Kalala. Penny, Murta. Here's Elliott. Now Lumbombo Kalala again as he dribbles into the box. Nice footwork there, strikes it low, and that's a lucky save. Pritchard on the follow-up, but the assistant referee's flag has been raised to nullify any potential celebration for Lewes, as it looked like it was destined to be tapped home eventually due to the amount of red shirts they had in the box. But once again, Lumbombo Kalala creating room, creating space to strike a goal. Testing Vixhold once again, but in all fairness, it was straight at the man in between the sticks for FC Oslo. Brodal will use his big figure to try and beat a header against Jake Elliott. An FC Oslo player is currently down. Lewes looking like they might just kick the ball out of play to make sure it's okay, but there looks like some miscommunication as Savakoli is all good to carry on, and play does so. Harvey. Elliott again, just taking around the outside of Tavakoli. Ball played up to Kieran and Murta, just couldn't quite chest it down, but Lumbombo Kalala will pick that up. Moore raising his right arm, as we've seen a couple of times so far in this game. Lumbombo Kalala finding Moore. Can he get a second? Just shows too much of the ball to the FC Oslo back line. He's got Furu's hands all over him. Back to Pani. Can he get an assist as the youngster fizzes across goal? Straight into the grasp of Viksold once again. In this second half, he's succeeded when he's been called upon, and Elliott has just been beaten for the first time, but Harvey Hughes trucking back like a true hero for Lewes to help out his teammate Jake Elliott, who hasn't really put a foot wrong this evening. But they managed to get in behind there. Looked like it was the 34 who managed to do so. Michael Felus. Harvey. Risky, but it paid off. Penny. Here is Pagny. Moore. Calling for it from Pagny, and he will receive it. Penny. Elliott out to Lumbombo Kalala. Another driving run forward. Pritchard laying off Lumbombo Kalala. Cuts it back. Corner Lewes. Lumbombo Kalala's been unfortunate to not find the back of the net, but that was lovely link-up play. And once again, Bradley Pritchard heavily involved. Lumbombo Kalala once again. Pritchard with a low ball this time. Picked up by Elliott. He'll just leave it to Murta. And they'll play it safely back to the substitute, Archie Pagny. Hughes. Lumbombo Kalala once again hugging that touchline and receiving the ball down the flank. Beating one, almost beating two. Cleared away to safety. Elliott with a touch. Up against Brodal. And he manages to just take it in front of Brodal. Towards Nathan Harvey. So 5 minutes left of normal time. But it's fair to say there'll be at least 10 minutes added on, which may make Lewes fairly nervous. That could be more time for FC Oslo to grab an equaliser after a game that's been pretty much all Lewes, albeit FC Oslo have definitely improved following the half-time break, and sloppiness like that isn't going to do Lewes any good, but Elliott managing to improvise after almost gifting the ball away there. Pritchard, nice pass from Lumbombo Kalala again. They've linked up ever so well, and can they finish off this move? Once again, Lumbombo Kalala's low ball. Vishkal coming down low. Nice change of direction there, just allowing Pritchard to run beyond him and open up some room. Pritchard, though, getting stuck in once again, but Oslo win it back. And that is a foul committed from Kieran Murta on the 18, Scarlenta. Scarlenta, in fact, it's the number 8, Remy Tell, who has also been injured. It was Scarlenta who was fouled there. So another substitution for Oslo. Coming off, centre-back Ivar Furu. The injured Remy Tell, in fact. So, forgive me, Ivar Furu went off, came back on. Now Remy Tell, of course, the injured man, coming off to make way for the final substitution, it seems. Raymond Yakubu will make way for the injured Remy Tell. A like-for-like change. Central midfielder Tell off for a central midfielder in Raymond Yakubu, their new number 17. And it is another substitution. This time the entrance of Ola Ogunwemide as he comes on for the goal scorer, Calvin Lumbombo Kalala, who put the Rooks 1-0 up in the first 20 minutes, and it's his goal that still separates the two sides. Ola Ogumamide, of course, came in October. Plenty of experience at Isthmian Premier Division level. Plenty of experience from above too. Played at Hornchurch last year. Hornchurch currently sitting top of the table in the Isthmian League. Don't look like giving up that spot anytime soon. Healthy points advantage. Long ball played to Brodal. Cleared away. Moore just trying to get the ball before Mulsata. He finds the substitute Yakubu. Nice quick footwork there as he breaks into the box. Great defending from Penny. Just taking it out of Yakubu's direction. And that pass sets off Penny in the middle of the park. Elliott out to Hughes. Ogumamide anticipating the ball down that left-hand side. Scored on his debut, Ola Ogumamide, in the FA Trophy fixture against Lowestoft Town. There's going to be another substitution coming on for the Rooks. Looks like it will probably be Deshane Dalling coming on, the winger. Hughes trying to fizz it forward. Wasted pass there from Hughes. He was trying to either find Wood or Ogumamide. Lewes is number 10, playing on that far left for the remainder of this fixture. Long ball from Sal, cut out by Hughes. Still Hughes showing energy. Lovely work there from Hughes. Here's Murta trying to shield the ball away from Hansen. Picked up by Pagny. Now Moore looking up. Penny just behind him, as well as Pagny. Moore trying to skill it past Yakubu, but he manages to get the better of Dion Moore there. And it's 8 minutes added on here at the Pan this evening. So just 2 minutes off the predicted 10. This will be likely to be a nervy end to the game for Lewes. They need a goal to settle these nerves. Technically, this is the last game of, or ultimately it is the last game of FC Oslo's season. As their season, of course, came to an end in October. They will be playing one more game to win the trophy up against a side named Reddy, another Division 4 side in Norway, battling out for the trophy. Promotion is secured, so they will be playing national football from March onwards. Free kick for Lewes, and that's exactly what they will want. They take it quickly. In a rush here, Lewes, in the dying embers of the game. Hughes finding Ogumamide, not many red shirts in support. Ogumamide almost trying to get the better of the Oslo right back, and in doing so he almost does. But there is the number 2, Ron Reyes, to take the ball away. Once again, falls straight back to a red shirt. Pagny cutting his direction and changing it to find Penny. It's good to see Penny on the pitch still, as he's as commanding as ever following that temporary shoulder injury sustained from his challenge against Scarlenza. Pritchard, lovely link-up play. Penny to Pritchard. A triple P movement there, finding Harvey Hughes. Pritchard just playing it back to Murta, who's had a brilliant game in the centre of midfield. Lewis's number 8, Pritchard, just assessing his options, being given the time even from Oslo to do a full 360 to assess which player was the best. Of course, he went to Pagny, but being given that time and space from Oslo is very generous, given we've only got just under 6 minutes to go. Penny, first time to Pritchard. He's got a couple of neon shirts around him and he loses possession, but then that's wasted from Frederick Graham Hansen. So Archie Pagny into Elliott. Pagny Playing it first time. Wood, that's completely mistimed from Sao. Wood tried to get on the end of it, but was just behind Reyes and Furu. Mulsata. Here's the number 10, Tavakoli. Just playing it back. Furu, first time to Sao, and lovely improvisation there, using his right thigh to take it away from Ogunwumide. But here is Ogunwumide. Lovely pass almost from Pritchard, trying to find more. Just too much on for that. For Dion Moore to get on the end two and completely seal the game. But Lewes aren't giving up. Pritchard still pressing as if it's his first minute brought on. Great cameo from Pritchard. And Moore will maybe look for the tactical foul there. Good work from Dion Moore. He's frustrated though, as he didn't believe he fouled Noah Scarlenza, but the referee believed he did. Steve Hughes. Sao. A late opportunity for Oslo to get an equaliser, which would really sink the hearts of Lewes FC. Falus just playing it back to Sao. Nice back heel into the path of Brodal. It was Brodal, in fact, who back heeled it into the path of Tavakoli. They've liked a back heel this evening, FC Oslo. Improvisation at its finest. A lovely, almost well-worked diagonal intended by Furu, the captain, unable to find his intended target of Reyes. 3 minutes to go. Hughes. Looping throw, almost falling to Ogunwumide. Sao hoofing the ball forward, unable to find a neon shirt in attack. Harvey will just wind the clock down as he sees the ball yards away, or centimetres away, in fact, from the byline. Quickly picks it up as Brodal was onto him. And he will just enjoy the ball in his grasp. Playing it down this right channel for Lewes. Comes off the head of Wood. Throw in Oslo. Mulsata. Penny. Ogunwumide, can they make it two? He's brought down. A brilliant opportunity for Lewes to get a second and seal the win. Calls for a sending off from the Lewes faithful behind Vichshold's goal. Just a yellow awarded to the central midfielder Frederick Graham Hansen, the number 15. Free kick just on the edge of the D. A lucrative position to have a strike on goal. Harvey Hughes is over this one. Kieran Murta just behind, whether he'll go for a power strike with a long run up or whether it'll be a pristine curling effort from Hughes. We're about to find out. Under 1 minute to go here at the Pan. A free kick to double their lead. Hughes. Poor effort there from Harvey Hughes. After such a great game, he'll be disappointed with that effort. It was forever rising. Yakubu trying to conjure up one last attack. A brilliant challenge from Pagny. Met to a round of applause by Lewes fans around the ground. Penny fizzing it out to Moore. Wood will keep that in. Good work there from Wood. Bit of a heavy pass. Moore does his best to try and keep that under his spell. Wood back to Penny. Ambitious there from Penny. On a slightly different wavelength there, Lewes is number 6 compared to Wood and Moore. But the final whistle, seconds from being blown. Murta up against Hansen. Pritchard will get his touch onto it, and Lewes can finally say they have won a game of competitive European football before plenty of other professional clubs have been able to have that delight in Britain. Calvin Lumbombo's Kalala, his first goal in the 20 minutes separated the two sides and was enough to see all 3 points in this European Fenix Trophy competition go to Lewes. That leaves FC Oslo on 0 points out of 2 games. They lost both their games to KSK Breven and, of course, Lewes this evening 1-0 in both games. So very slender defeats. However, that first half performance from Lewes was well and truly brilliant. FC Oslo barely had a sniff. They did get better in the second half, but Lewes were just too much and had too much quality. Of course, it must be said, our thoughts and wishes do go to Archie Tamplin after he sustained what seemed to be a very nasty injury. So we are well and truly wishing him all the best. But at the end of the day, the majority here at the Pan is all smiles. It's Calvin Lumbombo Kalala's goal that separates the two. It ends here in Lewes's European competitive game. Lewes 1, FC Oslo 0.